Greetings and welcome to my YouTube channel, One Who Sees Tarot. This is a general reading for the month of May for the astrological sign of Pisces. So those of you or those of us who were born in the sign or during the time of Pisces, welcome. This is going to be a general reading, and I'm going to share with you some of the highlights and some of the energies that the spirit guide is showing us through the tarot spread. Everything will not necessarily resound or it will not necessarily resonate with each of you. However, there certainly are some very strong energy patterns that I clearly see, and I'm sure that most of you will be able to hear something that will shed a light in a dark corner of your life. Pisces, let's start with some of the astrological perspectives for generally. Now, general. So in other words, this is a general reading for Pisces. However, you should listen to your sun, moon, and rising sign if you want to get some full clarity, or if you want to get a comprehensive view or mindset about what's taking place for the month of May. Pisces, there is a planet called Mercury, which is the planet for intelligence, communication, and travel. And Mercury is going retrograde, or it's traveling slowly through your second house, at least until the 4th of this month. Now, the second house is the house that deals with earned income. That's the biggest issue, or that's the biggest thing that it deals with. The main focus is earned income. So at this point, you might be experiencing a slowdown in your communication. You might also be experiencing a miscommunication, particularly on the job, or particularly as you are attempting to negotiate something. So maybe for some of you, this is not the best time to interview for the job, because as you're attempting to interview and express your intelligence and your brilliance, it may not necessarily come across as crystal clear. However, after the 4th of the month, Mercury is going to go it's going to go direct, forgive me. It's going to go direct, and as it's moving direct, it's going to move some of those issues in a different direction, some of those challenges. Let's look at May the 10th. Around May the 10th, you're going to have a full moon, and it's happening in your 9th house. The full moon is going to bring attention and focus to the 9th house, and 9th house matters. 9th house is the philosophy. It is the occult. It is the esoteric. It is learning. It is books, universities, professors, issues in that realm of the 9th house. So you're going to see a focus. You're going to see these things surface, and you may have to address them around May the 10th or in the distant, not too distant future. On the 25th of May, there's going to be a new moon, and that new moon for Pisces, this new moon is happening in your 4th house. Your 4th house is the house of family and structure, real estate, and permanence, more or less. And what's happening is that the new moon is going to bring a fresh start, a new beginning, an open door or an opening door. And the new moon is also joining the sun and Mars. Mars, the planet for assertive energies, the sun giving brilliance and light. So there's a lot of illumination, there's a lot of attention, there's a lot of activity around your 4th house, which is your house of family and structure. Okay, Pisces family members, I've already invoked the spirit to guide us through the tarot so that we can see clearly and get some truths and get some clarification about some of the things that are happening in our lives. For some of you Pisces family members, I do see you are really, you have a very strong friendship, a very strong bond, and it really is a good place or a good thing to have because it can kind of help you weather some of the storms. So I do see that you're coming from a place where there is some stability, there is a solid friendship, a solid relationship. And it's not necessarily a romantic relationship. In fact, it doesn't have to be that at all. It could be a very solid friendship. I do see where some of you Pisces family members are being advised that others are looking at you and others are desirous of either investing in some of your business ideas or helping you move to the next level in your life, and it has a lot to do with your finances. So there are people looking at you, and there are people that are desirous of working with you and lending their expertise. And the spirit guide has laid the cards out so that the tarot is advising you that you should welcome their advice. You should open yourself up more and listen perhaps to others, and be mindful that there are people looking at you who would like to work with you. And so you are being advised that you're going to become more intuitive as time progresses through this month. And I do see where some of you, and going back to this whole thing about being more cooperative and working better with groups and working better with others. I see you juggling your money. I see you hustling. I see you like penny pinching, like really trying to make ends meet. Well, part of this challenge has to do with you opening up and branching out and accepting some other information. Some of you are ready to move forward because you've been on hold, I should say, for a few minutes. You've been like in a holding pattern and you're ready to move forward, and it's almost time. But the spirit guide is telling me not to tell you that you don't rush just yet. There are still a few more details that have to take place in the universe before you can move forward with the next step in your life. This is such a nice reading that I hope that you're hearing, and I hope that it's resonating with you. Some of you are having some difficulty in your home site. Some of you are having some challenges in the home, in your family. Some of you are having some heartbreak. Some of you are going through some heartbreaks, and there might be some disappointments, and this might be particularly related to your family and to your very close friends, not distant friends now, very close friends. I do see where some of you are troubled, and that troubled or that troubling feeling is causing you to not feel at peace. Some of you are not at peace, and we're going to work through the reading, and we're going to see why you're not at peace and what needs to take place so that you can find a place of peace, Pisces. You are coming from, though, you are really desirous of having a solid family. So you're looking for this solid family. You're looking for having some stability in your life, and that's really been on your mind. Some of you are frustrated on your job. Some of you are frustrated with the way you feel that you're not being respected, you're not being appreciated for the work that you're doing. And the spirit guide is showing me that this misery or this uncomfortable feeling is about to change. Something is going to give way. There's going to be some kind of relief because I see an end to stress. So whereas you're feeling like a victim, you're feeling as if you've been treated unfairly. But I see that as the tarot moves forward, as I'm reading the cards forward, I'm seeing that you're going to come out of that place. There's an end to this this negative feeling, and some of this negative feeling has to do with people walking away from you and not being supportive of you. So it could be some outright dishonesty, or it could be that people are just not supporting you as you thought they would, and this is causing you to feel really out of sorts. I also see where some of you, there are two types of travel that I see being mentioned in your spread here, Pisces. And for both types of travel, the Spirit Guide is advising you not to go forward with those plans. Some of you are thinking about taking a road trip. Some of you are thinking about going someplace local. And there's some of you who are thinking about taking a flight somewhere. Some of you are thinking about flying, either taking a vacation or maybe visiting a family member or a loved one. And I see we're in two places. The Spirit Guide has laid the cards out to indicate that this is not the best time for you to travel right now. This is not the best time for you to move forward. It doesn't indicate anything negative as in the way of an accident or anything like that. What it simply is saying, it's simply saying that this is not the best time this is not the optimal time for you to travel right now. Now, if some of you have your tickets or you've already made your reservations, you can go forward and do it. But I am going to tell you that when you're making these, when you're enjoying this trip, it's not going, or when you are participating in this trip, it's not going to be as enjoyable as you hoped it would be. It's not going to be as pleasant. However, some of you are ending or coming to an end of an unhealthy relationship. Some of you are coming to an end of an unhealthy relationship. The advice that the Spirit Guide is telling me through the tarot is that it's time now for you to end that unhealthy relationship. You're going to end it. It's going to end, but you may have to do something to end it. You may have to take control and end it yourself. You may have to make that move. However, I do see if you are willing to let go of that unhealthy relationship, I do see you coming to a place of strength, and I do see you coming to a place where you'll have better discernment. You'll be able to see things for how they really are, because some of you are seeing things in an artificial way, sort of like through those rosy glasses, as they used to say, where you're looking at things and things sound and appear to be too good to be true, and that's because they are too good to be true. Some of you are going through a financial tight spot right now, Pisces. Some of you are going through a financial tight spot, and the money is not flowing as you need it to, and as you'd like, and as you hope that it would. But there is good news coming, so just hold on for a few minutes. Don't give up yet. Pisces family members, I do see where some of you are going to have to make something happen. Some of you are being advised through the Spirit Guide that this is not necessarily a time to give up on your dreams and your goals and on your plans for your future. So I'm talking about your work plans. I'm talking about your professional ambitions. This is not a time to give up. Just because you're feeling just because this negative or this unhealthy relationship has been a part of your life, and just because it's a tight time for you financially, it doesn't mean that this is the end of the story. It is not the end of your story. The Spirit Guide is showing me that you need to take control. You need to get control, and the first thing you have to get control of is yourself. Get control of your feelings and your thoughts, and start thinking more positively about yourself. Pisces family members, I do see where some of you, I see where love is being offered to you, and right now you're wise not to accept it. Now that's for some of you, and you'll know what I'm talking about because this relates to some of you who are having money problems. So you're hearing the money problems, and you're hearing that this is not a good time to rest on your laurels or to give up. This is a good time to move forward with your professional ambitions. Some of you are being offered love, and you're not interested. This is not the time. You don't want it. You don't want this. You don't want this love right now. You really are focusing on yourself right now. Some of you Pisces family members, I do see where you are going to make the wise choice for your future, which is very, very good, even though I see that you are reluctant to make some choices. There are some choices that you have to make, and you're dragging your feet about them. So they could actually, those choices could have something to do with a unhealthy relationship, or it could have something to do with your profession. This is not the time to travel at the risk of being redundant. This is not the time to run around and try to make moves right now, as far as physical moves, as far as you moving, running away, going away, taking a trip, got to clear your mind. No, you have to weather the storm and you have to stay on course. Some of you are looking at a change you're going to have to make, and some of you are facing, as I said, I see some tight financial times. But I do see, and this is the very, very nice good news that I'd like to deliver at the end of every reading. I'd like to tell you what I see in the way of money coming. Pisces family members, for some of you who have been out of sorts, and some of you that have not been able to pamper yourself, and you've not been able to care for yourself as you'd like. Perhaps you've not been able to get your hair done as often, or your nails, or perhaps your gear is not up to par, and that's been bothering you. Well, I do want to tell you that there is money coming. There's an offer of money coming. So there's an offer of money coming. In fact, for some of you Pisces family members who you're going to end this unhealthy relationship. And the hard thing about ending that unhealthy relationship is because you don't know what's going to happen in the future, and you feel like, I don't want to be alone, etc. I can understand that, but I'm here to tell you that the Spirit Guide is indicating clearly in this spread that there is love coming. For some of you Pisces members, there is a love coming. He's coming. It's coming. Okay? It's not necessarily a he, but I do see love coming to you. It's on its way to you. Once again, there's also money being offered to you. There's an opportunity being offered that's going to have some financial benefit, that's going to bring some financial relief for some of you Pisces family members. I do see a masculine energy giving advice. I do see a masculine energy that is going to be in your life. It's either you developing some clarity of thought, or it is a masculine energy that is bringing some clarity of thought to you. Not only is this masculine energy bringing you clarity of thought, this person is qualified to do that. This person is trained, this person is intelligent, this person is articulate, and this person is probably a professional masculine energy. For some of you, I do see where you're going to have to make some changes. You're going to have to make a decision, because I do see you're going to be coming out of this negativity. I do see that. I do see an end to it. I do see an end to some dishonesty that you've been dealing with. I also see where you've been denied an opportunity. So perhaps you have applied for a job, or you have applied for a grant, or you've applied for some type of a business contract, and you've been denied that contract. But I do want to tell you that although you've been denied that contract, there's a money offer that is coming right around the corner for some of you Pisces family members. I do see where there's some conflict, and I'm telling you that this conflict is there, but you're in a position to make a change. And this conflict and the change, they are connected. So this conflict, this strife, this drama, this stress that you've been dealing with, you're going to have to make a choice to make a move on that. You're going to have to make a choice. For some of you, your time is coming. It's right around the corner, Pisces family members. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to stop there. As I said, this is a general reading for Pisces for the month of May 2017. Pisces, one more little thing I need to tell you, and that is that You are a very intuitive, psychic, and spiritual sign. Those of you who are born in this sign, you have a gift of intuition. And the spirit guide is showing me at a very central place in this tarot spread that you must now you must go inside and listen. Now you must go inside and rely on your spiritual voice, rely on that psychic voice, rely on the higher chakras to talk to you. Allow for that intuitive person, that intuitive element in your life to help lead you and give you some guidance as you move forward. There is some good stuff coming for you, but you're going to have to make some choices. Alrighty? Now, Pisces family members, this has been your general reading for the month of May 2017. I'm going to be releasing a mid-month reading around the 15th of May. But for those of you who heard something in this reading and whatever you heard has resonated with you, and you'd like to have some clarity, and you'd like to book a private reading where I can spend 30 or 40 minutes just doing a reading just specifically for your personal and private energy, please reach out to me through my email at onewhosees4you@yahoo.com. And it's one who sees numeral 4, one who sees 4you @yahoo.com. Pisces family members, it has been my pleasure reading for you. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. And I'll be talking with you later on in the month. And for those of you, once again, who'd like a private reading, I'm so happy to provide one. Have a very good day, Pisces family members.